Hello. Hey, Sharon. Happy Thursday to you, too. I am just posting on Instagram here. There we go. Let's do a sticker. Let's do a live. Here. Oh, come on. Let me pick it up and move it, please. Oh, gonna be one of those. Oh, no, it's actually letting me move it. Okay, that's good. Now let's do a link. youtubes.com/@art of, don't spell it wrong. There we go. Watch now. There we go. Let's make no, let's not make a website. Let's make webcomics. Watch. Well, let's see. And I need to say CATCAM is on. Because I can't not announce my clickbait. Your story. All right. All is good. All is good. Last time I forgot to... All right, 13. Oh, nope. It's not done yet. She is good clickbait. I had to steal her from a sunbeam, so I felt a little bit bad, but she immediately went to her water bowl, so that I think that's good because it means she was probably not drinking, was a little dehydrated, and my bringing her to be clickbait helped with that. So there we go. I'm rationalizing it with everything I've got. But I've got your order ready and it's going out right after this stream. I had so much fun making your sketch and I hope you like it. I hope you do. She was going into... Yes, she was. He was going beached whale big time. Alright, so today we are doing it's an EL comic, but it's not quite Scrooge, but it's like on the edge of Scrooge because she has, it's going to be a 3-2 and then a 1 layout. So she gets a little grumpy because she hits her head and she bangs her foot and she trips, and so she's all humbuggy and grumpy, and then she meets the floofs and they help her get rid of the humbugs. Yes. I thought it would be cute to do that. Like maybe, did you know in Cozy Town, the floofs can help you get rid of a bad case of the humbugs, like a case of the Mondays. I'm incredibly thirsty too, so maybe I wasn't properly hydrating. All right, let's see here. So I have All right, so she's gonna be kind of like crossing her arms. She's gonna have the grumbly clouds all around her. Alright, so now I've got to figure out, because I know I did a comic that was similar to this with Boop, where she smacks her head on the cabinet and then she bumps her foot. Yeah, a couple of things happen, and Granny Bear decides that the best way to help her is kind of like a spa day, and that of course picks her up. So I've got to figure out what I want. Maybe she'll fall off the couch. Maybe, let's see, how can I do this? I'm gonna do this. The action must be... Whoop. Let's see, and like she's got to hit her toe. I'm gonna have a fluffy tail. And she hits her toe on, what is she gonna bang her toe on? I always bang my toe on stuff. What do I bang my toes on? Like everything. And now I can't think of things. She's falling off the bed. She's banging her toe on something. Oh, maybe there's like a Lego on the floor. Maybe she stepped on a Lego. Chair leg, table leg. I kind of want her to bump her head on something too. The big upside down smile. There we go. I think I'll go ahead and make all of these 30% except for maybe the last one. I heard that, let's save. I want to check the weather just. I heard that we're supposed to get down to like 35 next week. Let's see. Oh, Monday. Low 35, high 56. That is going to be the cold day. Oh gosh, that means well, it's not freezing yet. There's probably going to be a run on all the blankets and winterization stuff this weekend. Probably water too, because when any cold weather or bad storms come in, there's always people running to the store and clearing out all of the water. He's got a warm belly. Very warm belly. She says, okay, that's enough. You got a piece, and that's enough. It's bad enough that you dragged me out of my warm sunbeam. Get water. I feel like there's just a tiny pixel that's off here. Yeah, it's right there. Let's just smooth that out a little bit. Right now, add it. There we go. Just a smidge. Well, just a smidge. All right. there's that. All of my frames are set up. Let's get my text in here. I don't know if I told, I think I did. It was a while ago, but this reminded me of it. So there's I have my desk, and then I have kind of like an a shelf over it. It's got these uprights, and then between the uprights are this upper shelf. And Coco loves to get up there and just chill up there. And but there was she was extra rolly, and I didn't think that she was gonna roll off, but just I was working here, and then all of a sudden I see like a big fur ball just going down, and she had rolled off the top. She was totally okay. It was just she kind of doesn't have much spatial awareness when she's in her rolly mode. And that's why I get worried now when she's up there and goes kind of rolly and, you know. All right. So let's see. Alright, for EL, I think I might need to make this point size a little smaller. I think I need to kind of edit this. Maybe that's big enough. I feel like this is off kilter a little bit for her face shape, but let's just roll with it and see. I might need to make the couch here. Actually, let's see. Maybe if I do this. I'm just going to do a separate couch section, and I'm going to draw my couch. Do I really need? I can probably do and just color. probably put a little pillow here that maybe helped her roll off. Help her roll off. It didn't exactly give her room, maybe? Let's fix this side of the sofa. That's good. Got our nice stuff. I have some of these lines that I think are a little bit too robust. Let's see if we can get these a little bit less without ruining the entirety of the drawing. Go. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I don't like how this is all like at the same spot. Kind of want this to be lower. I think this needs to change as well, where the chair meets the arm of the sofa meets the back. I'm putting so much thought into this prop that probably I'm not even going to have a lot of it showing. Now I kind of want to fix my pillow. So let me leave that in here and let me fix the pillow first, because I feel like the pillow needs some help. Pillow attempt number 2. So I did the registration for Comic-Con hotels. You have to go on a lottery basically to get a hotel. That went live this morning, and they changed it. Like previous years, it's been 9 o'clock Pacific time, which is 11 o'clock here. And they changed it and double, triple checked on all of the emails and the actual site, but they moved it back an hour. And last year, I completely forgot until, what was it? I was I was basically like an hour and a half late or so. It just was completely just poof. But we managed to get a room and get the hotel that we wanted, but it just was kind of frustrating. But yeah, you have to go in there, and you've got there are 5 sections, each with 3 choices. Zone 1 is closest to the convention center. Zone 2 is pretty close walking distance. Zone 3, you're probably going to taxi in. 4 and 5 are Mission Valley, and well, actually not Mission Valley anymore, because like I believe that most of those hotels dropped out, because usually the 4 and 5 zones are huge because they have all those Mission Valley hotels, and for whatever reason, a lot of those opted out of the booth pricing or whatever. I'm not quite sure why, but so that was interesting to see. But yeah, so you get 3 choices, and I think I've never noticed this before, but they kind of added this paragraph that assured people that, you know, they do block off just for exhibitors versus attendees. They have certain numbers for that, and they said even some of the hotels were primarily exhibitor only, and I'm thinking Embassy is one of those, because I feel like whenever we're leaving, everybody else is leaving. We see a lot of vendor people there that we know, because everybody loves that free breakfast and it's huge. Hey Kathy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? But yeah, you can go in, and it's like there was one year, several years actually, where that saved us. We didn't eat until after the doors closed that night, and the doors are open. I think they open at 9, and then they close on the regular days at 7. But there's 1 or 2 days there's one day that goes really late, and then of course pack-up day. Depending on how things go, you don't get out of there until like 10, 11 or something like that. So a lot of late days. So that free breakfast and big breakfast, it's not like they have this kitchen made to order where you can order whatever you want, and then they've got the hot bar line with pre-done stuff. But yeah, that's the one I'm trying to go for. I think I need to make her body a little bit smaller. The proportion's a little off. Go. I'm well, very cold here in Michigan, but oh gosh, ton of snow. How many inches have you gotten? I've got this weather channel that I watch, and I think he's based out of Louisiana, so especially in this area, and especially during hurricane season, he's really on the ball and more accurate than a lot of the regular weather channels I've seen. But I watch him, and he's been chirping about lots of snow lately. So my parents are in Indiana, and they got, I was like 25 one day, and then I think it's going to be in the negatives for them in the next coming days. Like, oof. Big oof. I need to make her head shape a little smaller too. I've got, that's better on the proportions, kinda, maybe. Kind of messing up all of these details here, and inches. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope you're staying warm and safe. I had so many nightmares about it. Actually, yeah, I did do. So in my hometown, there's this hill that you basically, there's a majorish kind of highway that goes over the Wabash River and then up a hill, and then you're into West Lafayette. Well, it's not that steep of a hill, but I cannot count how many nightmares I had growing up about like a car stalling out on that hill and starting to roll back, and all of a sudden the bridge that you just crossed is gone, and so you're gonna, fall into the river that's a canyon below, and it's not a canyon, but it's, I had so many nightmares about that. And there was one time we were going, I think it was, we were going to church, and it was an icy day, and there was this, I believe it was like a regular passenger van, but they were going along beside us, and they kind of pulled ahead, and then they went like this, and so they were going sideways down the road, and then I think they managed to get back hold of it again. But that happened to me too. I was going to school one morning, and I hit a patch of black ice, and the car just did that. It just went brrrr. I was able to get it straight again, but oh my god, that was scary. I think I'm gonna make her tail be fluffy because she's rolling off the couch and hitting her back. And that's a fluffy tail moment if I ever saw one. I feel like her chin and her head are too big. I think something is bugging me about her face. Her expression is good, but I think this area, I think I kind of need to do, maybe I'll raise this up a little bit. That's a little better, but maybe make it less wide. So I'm gonna try to do surgery on her jawline here. Yeah, it really is. It's just, there was also one time, and I know I've told this story before, we were driving to SakuraCon, and SakuraCon always happens around Easter weekend, and to get there from here you have to go through like a couple of mountain passes, and that's like the full spring somewhere in between winter and spring, melty snow, also ice, all that good stuff. Well, going through those mountain passes, it was really, really snowy. And I was driving, it was late at night, and it was like one moment I was going, you know, pretty good, the speed limit, and the next I was white knuckling it, and it was about 20 miles an hour, and I just could not go faster. There were the trucks that were going by me, but next to the road was a sheer drop-off, or at least it looked like a sheer drop-off to me, because we were going through the mountains and it was pitch black at night with a bunch of snow. My imagination was like, this is a drop into the cliff. And so I was just like, so we ended up pulling off at a rest stop for a little bit. But yeah, God, that was scary. And it was even worse that the trucks were going, and you know, semi trucks on ice. Those guys were being jerks anyway, but man, that was scary. And I probably was making it worse with how slow I was going, but you know what? Drawing the same face shape again. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is too wide. I feel like I've got 50% of this cat drawn, but I just can't get this. That looks a little bit better. So maybe I was just drawing it too big, and I connect this up and draw up her little side here. I can bring this over here. That's weird too. Face. Maybe it's that I don't have her details right. Maybe I need to bring this a little bit more, and her eyes a little bit more in line. I really want to figure out what's bugging me about this. I think this still works down low. Actually, that works better. Maybe it's the angle of these eyes. Let me just rotate this a little bit. That's okay. Bigger. A little bigger. I feel like I've gone back and forth on her proportions and shape a lot, but if I look at my original sketch, it's still smaller than it was. Alright, so I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to leave the word roll should roll. So we got And here I am spending like 45 minutes on this first panel. Would it be a boom? Thump. I'm gonna leave that one. And now we've got to bump our head on a corner somewhere. Cabinet maybe. Save. There we go. Then I need to make my point size bigger again because we're back to the regular point size. All right, let's make this straight up and down and left and right because it's a cabinet edge. I'm going to put the countertop. Go. What? I didn't want to drag that. I just want to pick up this. There we go. How do I want to do this? Because the smack, it's going to be after the smack. Do I want her head to be facing here? Do I want it to be like... I feel like this. Thump, bump. We need to have another fluffy tail. The one ear up and then the other ear down. I think that could be cute. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. just having a day. I think it needs to be because she's opening. I'm gonna have her paw appear like she's opening the cabinet. She accidentally opens it up and smacks herself in the face. These airplane ears. Let's get this final line art for her grouped here. So I need to getting a little mixed up here. I need to make room for her to bump her head. I kind of like this, but I like the exaggerated smile, the, you know, not happy frown too. Actually, maybe I should swoop her little cheeks down, and then I can bring the edge kind of like right here. And then tail. I really want to use that upside down face. belly doesn't, it's more like this. So if I were to draw her full body, her belly would be like that. The leg would be out like that. Gotta be expressive with the leg. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one, like the whiskers are down because you can't believe that this has happened. I don't want to keep that back angle and get rid of this one. And maybe swoop her little arm instead of out, because I think that competes. Yeah. Yeah, oh, let me... Could I sweep her ear over like this? Poor EL. I feel bad. I feel bad doing this to her. I need it to be more action. How do I do the bump? Like, should I have the cabinet almost connecting and then having like a like that? How did I do it for Miss Boop? That was volume maybe 3. Let's see. How did I do it for her? It was a Fancy Cats. So maybe it was volume 4. I think it was. I love this parody I did of Magic Dance. You remind me of the bear. What bear? The bear with power. What power? Power of voodoo. Who do what? Remind me of the bear. Alright, so that was volume 4. Let's see if I can grab it. Right, GB. There it is. All right, so I did kind of like an explosion right there. Okay. Now I want to watch Labyrinth. Yeah. Something I was watching on YouTube rolled to the Labyrinth, and I was drawing and I wasn't really paying attention, and then I started hearing the music and I was like, oh. His face. I love his face too much. Later, Tater. Hey, Ariana, welcome to the stream. We're getting EL into some horrible mischief. Not mischief, but she's just not having a good day. She's rolling off the couch and she's smacking her head on the cabinet and she's stepping on Legos, so she's gonna be really grumpy. And then we're gonna bring in the floofs to help cheer her up. I just love this face. Okay. Alright, I've got to remember, I'll keep volume 4 out so I can look back on what I did for Boop. Because I think that's a good guy. Let's get rid of some of this. There's that one. Save. One 1-800-CONTACTS. Good grief. You need contacts. No, actually, I don't. Not right at this minute. I think I'm gonna add some teeth in this one. This should be like grrr. Maybe her foot will be out like this. I want to do something where her little whiskies go like even more straight. They're like, maybe they're like, maybe she's got like the ruffly chin fur. the interface for YouTube has changed today, or somewhere between Tuesday and today, because it's all different now. And I've got, or maybe they just reset and I had put, I thought at one point you could drag and drop widgets and move them around, but it feels like my area has been completely reset. Yeah, I don't like change on my settings. Is that the way they phrased it? Before you hit it, it looked like I had to reset my entire OBS connection, and the way the wording was, not receiving data, blah blah blah, all of that. I was like, oh god, this looks like I need to. And then they had the stream keys up there, and it just looked like all of my connection info had to be reset. But I was like, okay, let's just hit start streaming and see if it'll come through, because there's no reason, the keys were still correct and all of that. There's no reason it should have been reset, and it was actually great. Thankfully, it was, just rolled to normal. But the way they worded that was worrisome. Do you want to do the ooh? I kind of want to do that. Right. Don't need that. Don't need that. Do need that. Right, don't need that. All right, good to go. Or maybe the needs to be up like that. I'm sorry, EO. Now the question is, how do I have her hunched over, grabbing her footer? And do I pick the... she's going to have the fluffy tail. Do I do her kind of... her spiky whiskers? Do they go up or should they go out? A part of me wants to put them out because they would align with the ears. But this is like, like the fur going up. Let me just look at it both ways. And I feel like her head is, again, a little bit too wide. right, let's take this guy out and just see how it looks with the sideways version. And then I need to move this out. Do I want to do it zigzag closed or fluff like this? What if I do, let's group this zigzag, because I just want to see what it'll look like. If I keep in line, I think it needs to be more hunched, more like, ooh. Maybe. Its cheeks over. Claws. Or I want to keep with that. Let's see how this is gonna look. Actually, I think having them straight up and not doing the fuzzy cheek whiskers might be better. Nope. Face right. Kinda has tippy toes. She has, but I don't want to. Almost there. Yeah, I'll put some other Legos in here. We have a lot of little grumblies around. Let's move this. I need to get rid of that. I need to do a step. All right, let's get this out. My setup. Roll, bump, stomp. She's gonna be grumpy. Just a second, I'll be right back. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, let's get these. These actually will probably be pretty easy, because this is going to be her walking down a snow-covered road. And what I'm going to need to do here that's most important is keep the snow grouped so I can properly line art that. funny if I get this right on the first try. Yep, kind of looks like I did. Just about, except there's a little bit of a swoopy here that doesn't need to be there. Whoop. It's fixed. Oh, and it's given her a chin. I have to do this again. Doing this as a cat. With a scarf on. Scarf is going to be around like that. That. Don't need this. Or do I? Yes, I do. She grumpy. Almost. Grumble, grumble, humbug. I would be humbugging it too if I stepped on a bunch of Legos, bumped my head, and rolled off the couch. Alright, I'll probably save the last panel for after stream because I'm gonna end stream over here after I finish this one. It's just her face, which should be super easy after all of these struggle bus sessions with her whiskers. Do want to have those surprised eyebrows up. Really needs to be bigger. Get her ears perk up a little bit. Like her ears perky again, or like her whiskers perky again, but that's a little bit. She's got the perfect humbug pose. She really does. Little teeth. Her little teeth. Oh, that was her belly. Okay. I was like, why do I have this line here? Still got her grumblies. A bigger grumbly over here. Whoops. Try to erase the whole line next time. Right, and let me go over here. Go. Save. Let's get rid of these. And move them over yonder. Yonder. There we go. Alright, and then our final frame will be the floofs giving hugs and love in the snow to chase the humbugs away. So this was a little bit of an involved comic because I had to do all these expressions, and those are a little bit more difficult for me. I'm not sure what that line is. But I wanted to show the kind of grumbles adding up, and then I'll have them all pop to hearts on the final. But I really like the expressions I did here. She's got the roll off the couch, and then we've got, and I'll do shading on the front of this couch so you can kind of see. I'll have shading here, here, then I'll have light here in the areas that are facing up, and that'll hopefully reinforce, you know, the look of it, since I don't have the line art here because of the roll. And then here, I really like that expression. This one's fun too. And then the I dare you to mess with me, grumpy humbug, grumble grump, grumble mumble. And of course, the floofs would always dare. Always, because they bring love. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be an easy one to finish up on too. So let me just go ahead and save this one more time. And that'll be tomorrow's post. So if you want to see how this finishes up, you can check out, wait, there we go, kind of pointing. They go live on the website a little bit before everywhere else, and then of course social media and all the other spots. But let's see if we can get we get a little stretch? He says, nope, it's too cold. Wait. Oh, big stretch. Oh no. Oh, she gave you a gift. Big. And she's stuck now. She's stuck in her stretch. Big stretch. She's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back to my loaf position. Probably my last stream until Jan. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, Sharon. Happy New Year as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. There we go. They're on the ending screen. I will be back on Tuesday with some more drawing stuff. I am going to be bringing back the animation streams because I've got to play around with the Procreate Dreams 2 update, which I got downloaded just the other day. I've got to figure out some of the new interface and do a couple of tests, and then I'll start those up again. I'd like to hopefully crank out a few new stickers because they have direct save to animated GIF pathways now, so you don't have to export everything and do all of that. They also have some other neat features that I saw where like you can just click transparency on your animation with the click of a button, which is great. It's like they consulted animated GIF makers for this update a little bit. So a lot of the things that would make that easier on me came with this update. So hopefully those will be in there too. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Ariana, Kathy, Sharon, all of my lurkers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.